Yeah. Over there.
Okay.
I'm Iago Alonso. I'm the founder of Bio, and I'm also the distributor of ADA Iberica. I've been completely passionate about aquarium and nature since I was a child. And one day I just passed by an aquarium store, and there was those classic plastic aquariums, and inside it was two newts. There's an amphibian. It was a water amphibian, and I got completely amazed about that. And from there, everything started to change. Bienvenidos a la galería de Green Aqua. Welcome everyone to Green Aqua Gallery.
Thank you for coming. Please explain what we have and what we're going to do.
Well, we have a super shallow tank, and the idea is to just break a little bit the standard measures. I think it's important to break the boundaries of the standardized sizes like a 90p or even the 90F. So the idea is to build a 90 Super F, which is a super shallow. It really talks not only about the underwater wall, but it talks about the immersed part. When you have to create an aquarium that is super shallow, then the front is not so important. So the perspective changes to the upper side. The idea is that the aquarium can change over time. So it will explain the seasons, it will explain other aspects about the surrounding and how the animals will foster new behaviors due to the changes that we will do. So the idea about today is to, like a journey, about how to create a story aquarium, and we will cover all the different aspects about the creation and about the maintenance. At that time is when internet started to be kind of more active, and it was a website that was called caldata.org that was about the world of amphibians. So I started connecting with many people all over the world, and I organized with some friends a trip to Japan for the first time. And I contacted people from Japan that they were biologists or people that were working in public aquariums. I just met one of those guys that he introduced me to his house, and he had a tank that was completely covered. And I was expecting that it was a strange animal or an animal that could not have direct light. So he just uncovered the tank, and it was the first nature aquarium planted tank that I saw in my life. And it was for the IPLC contest. So it was completely, I was overwhelmed by the beauty of the aquarium.
You brought a lot of stuff with you
I
that we have never seen before,
Yeah.
I guess. So we have a unique hardscape.
The sand and the soils are the foundation for any aquarium. So the idea is that we're gonna create the first layer, so that's gonna bring us stability for the rocks to put on. This is the heaven sand.
This sand is really different than whatever we use. It's like slightly wet sand on the beach.
It has a mix of different grains, so it looks kind of very natural. And the idea is that we start building the biotop bed by adding different layers. We're gonna add the substrate that is gonna be for the plants.
Okay.
And we're gonna put just a thin layer, because after that we're gonna put the hardscape. So the idea is to create a stream from a river. So it's gonna be like the mountain and the river that is jumping on the waterfalls and create the little stream around. And on the side is gonna be the shore of the river, where the plants grow and dwell, and we're gonna see the transition between the immersed and the underwater plants.
Okay.
So that's the idea. I won't create a stream that it's focused on one location, because that would be too much about the biotop. And for me, the idea of today is to make a journey for people to understand how to create a storyscape in aquarium. So I think that what is really interesting is just to capture the essence of a particular spot within a stream.
What kind of stones we're going to use?
We're going to use the black venom boulders. Every element that we put on the aquarium, it tells something about that habitat. So deciding from being boulders or stones, it tells you that this has been under the water for a long time, so we just get the smooth all the surfaces. The more different layers that we create, it's going to be way more interesting, the water, how it flows. Now?
Am I the only one really afraid of this?
So if we fix it together, I brought also some epoxy, if you want. They're more or less the same proportion of each line. And you just
start mixing, and then I just put it in between the two. It doesn't smell as bad as the Impa glue that we use. This could be an option for the future.
It brings to our childhood.
Okay, so I should wait until it starts heating up.
You will see that the temperature starts like warming.
Okay.
It's also good when you see crevices and a bit more texture to put it there, because it will create a better surface for attaching.
How long does it take until it's cured?
Like in half an hour. 2 hours is like you can just remove it.
That's a baguette. It's not a pizza.
Let's make a croissant. There it is.
Yep. We should put something underneath here so it doesn't.
Yeah,
like
let's
a
do it.
small rock.
We're gonna look for let's see, flat stone. I don't know.
People always leaves you with holding rock.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to toilet now.
Juan did the same game.
We need here to create some space. I don't want a wall, and I'm gonna be talking for more.
Put it on his hand. Yeah. Put it on.
Come on, let's go, guys.
What we could do is use a little bit of super glue just over there, so we just make it not move until it cures the epoxy.
Yeah.
Well, this is about creating the drama. Let's put this one here, and we're gonna put a lot of super glue. I organized a second trip to Japan. That was the first time I met Amano. I remember that we started talking. It was very funny because he started making me questions that I didn't expect it, like what I thought about the conflict between North Korea, South Korea, what I thought about the climate change, and how the aquarium could help people to understand the importance. So it was a kind of a very interesting conversation. 3 weeks later, he came to Barcelona. So he came for 1 week, and I took him to my place, and I had a room that I had 24 aquariums, that it was 120 centimeters, and it was full of newts from all over the world, and it was very naturalized style. So Amano was completely shocked. He just realized that I was as crazy as him in terms of nature. And after, when he flew back to Tokyo, he wrote me an email that he would like me to be the distributor for Spain of ADA. This is part of the storytelling. So all the rocks that are completely little boulders and so on have been underwater for a long time. So
these are the new ones.
The new ones. So we can communicate by putting those that they just fell down in the river. Amano always said that just
throw them in.
Yeah, it's the natural way to do it. If you
to...
just put it one after the other, they won't look natural.
Yeah, but that's how you break glass.
Exactly. That's true. Those ones that are broken and flat are perfect to put like in front.
Actually, a lot of customers, they're like avoiding rocks that have broken faces.
Yeah.
But you can actually put them
against
on the back, or you can put them directly down. Sometimes they're they come really handy.
So we have the story, the falling of the waterfall. Here we have the stone sliding of the new rocks, and then that's going to be the open area, and then we make the river. So now we're going to put the biotop, Yvonne, creating a blend of different materials, sands, gravels, pebbles, and so on. So you have a ready-made biotop for anyone just to add the layer.
Really just throw it in and it's done.
And the more random that you throw
Yeah.
it, instead of moving, the more natural it's going to be.
Hey, that's really nice. The more sound it makes, the more natural it is.
It is. I was involved in the Floresta Submersas construction of the aquarium. So they asked me to organize a team from Spain just to go there to perform the building of the aquarium. And you see how Japanese people work, which is completely different from the European mindset. They are really committed to work like I've never seen before. And this is something that you can learn a lot about the Japanese culture, the Kaizen, the keep improving, and they are like a family working together. So it has been an honor to be, related to ADA and to the EVA family, because it brings insights and passion and different ways to approach the hobby that otherwise you wouldn't discover. Naturally, all the sediments will be
We'll stop
over there.
there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And where the current is stronger, it's going to be cleaner. So at the end, we need
You just
all the more
add
details.
clean sand on the top.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
going to be the final step that we're going to do.
It's more like a magic show, isn't it?
That's why you have to put the gloves.
We already had like 4 things.
Where's the rabbit I asked for?